'Cause you won't look after my wounds. I suppose you will never regret it. I should pull myself up from the roof. 'Cause you fucking love it when I feel. 'Cause you won't look after my wounds. I suppose you will never regret it. I should pull myself up from the roof. 'Cause you fucking love it when I feel.
Second gear. This is what I mean about the Vario cam. Bang! Today is the first day I've actually taken it out on roads, which makes the best use of this car. The gearbox, the engine. I'll tell you one thing, I mean, and I tried to sort of bring this to you in my first video, which is a complete flop, but essentially this Cayman is like no other Cayman. You know, it's got 911 kind of GT3 suspension front, the suspension at the rear is bespoke. It's quite interesting because we know as Cayman guys, we have the engine in the right place. So they took the Carrera engine here, they rotated it 180 degrees because obviously our engine's in the middle, so our gearbox is at the back. In the 911, it's the other way around. The engine's at the back, the gearbox is in front of the actual engine. So they've rotated that Carrera S engine. I think it's only about 7 kilos heavier than the 3.4 litre block in the 981 GTS, but it pumps out about 40 extra brake horsepower. I think it's 335 in the 981 GTS. We're packing 380 here, and I'm hoping that's a conservative 380. This car is phenomenal. It's far greater than the sum of the parts. Not a great car, to be fair. Stuck in traffic, you know, it wasn't really enjoyable for me. I know I've got a great cabin and all that kind of stuff, but going through first, creeping up 5 miles an hour, not good for me. PDK, yep, I'd love PDK, but get it out on roads. The fog is lifting, the sun is coming out. This is going to be the beginning of an awesome trip. We're in the Cotswolds in the UK, and what I was trying to say about the car is that I haven't really put it to, you know, to good use yet. So obviously I've experienced some of the characteristics on roads nearby, but the stark truth is, where I live, you won't get the most out of a GT4. You need to make a special effort to get up early, 5 AM today, take it out on some great roads. You know, I've got to put on some motorway mileage to get it out so I can make the best use of this car. And this car is phenomenal. I think for me, just from a personal perspective, I'm probably not going to track the car. It's such a special car to me that I'm just enjoying so many dimensions of the whole ownership thing. You know, I've touched upon that before. It's a very special car, and I think I've only had it about a month. I've just under 1,000 miles that I've put on the car. It's a super special car in terms of the whole ownership profile. Drives exceptionally well. When the weather's like this, the sun's coming out now. I mean, I'll turn the camera around. Look, I mean, this is what I'm looking at right now. I mean, look at that. We've got beautiful trees, the sun coming through. Oh, man.
You won't look after my wounds. I suppose you will never regret it. I should throw myself out from the roof. 'Cause you fucking love it when I feel. 'Cause you won't look after my wounds. I suppose you will never regret it. I should throw myself out from the roof. 'Cause you fucking love it when I feel.
Oliver, you know who you are. Oliver's a chap that actually purchased a 981 GT4 the same day as me. He's got his in rhodium silver. He purchased it with something like 560 miles on the clock. And what you can see from the MOT history checker is that in the last 1 year, the previous owner only put on something like 180 miles. So he's got a 2016 car which has got 560 miles on. I mean, I don't know what that previous owner was doing. Get some more speed hump action over here if you can see it. I don't know what that previous owner was doing, but maybe he was a collector or something like that. That's just not how it works for me. I mean, I've realised that now. When the car's sitting on my driveway, I can't appreciate the car. I can't put miles on it. It's not actually bringing me pleasure or fun. So I fully intend to put miles on this car. As I said, close to my first 1,000. Quite a few speed humps there, and we haven't ground it out yet. I think on that note, the 718 GT4 is more susceptible to grounding out because it's got these aero fins that go vertically downwards. I mean, next time you see a GT4 718 981, get on the floor and put your head down, and you'll see what I'm talking about. Now, there's one thing I need to agree with Andreas Preuninger here. I know people say the gearing in the GT4 can be rather long, and his answer is one that I thoroughly agree with, because that's exactly what I've just done. I had to overtake a slower moving car. The beauty of the long gearing is I could punch it into second, do the overtaking manoeuvre, and I still had power as I was alongside the car, and I could still give it some to go beyond the car and get in safely, get a distance, and then pull back into my line. So essentially, there is a benefit for that long gearing. In the 987, I'd be in second, I'd bang it down, I'd then have to sort of get back into third. You're at lower revs and you're out of the power band. This way, in second, when I did the overtaking manoeuvre, or was it third, I can't remember, but essentially I did the overtaking manoeuvre without shifting gear, and that is one of the benefits of long gearing, which not a lot of people talk about. Never would I have imagined when I got my 987 Gen 2 that I would have had the opportunity to get a GT4. As I said, it wasn't even on my knowledge radar at the time. Something I'd like to say that I've just learned about the GT4 today, and I had a little bit of a reservation about the steering. So obviously I love the steering rack, the precision and all that stuff. Compared to the hydraulic steering rack in my 987, it did feel a little bit kind of softer in the GT4 because electrically assisted. It had a bit, you know, you could argue there was less force to rotate the wheel compared to the hydraulic setup. But one thing that's been confirmed to me today, which is great, as you go through a corner when you load up the wheels, you do get more weight coming through the steering wheel, which is fantastic, because I did have a doubt about that. I did have a doubt whether you would feel that. You do get weight through the wheel. It's a phenomenally precise instrument. I know the audio is not going to be great, my windows are down, you know, I didn't put my extra clip-on mic here, but I'm just feeling very kind of emotional driving the car. Today really is the first time I've gotten to bond with the car, and it makes you realise that just having it locked away for me and not using it, it doesn't work that way for me. I need to drive this car. Yes, I could have financed it or put some money into some stocks that would have given me 4% a year, and the bank manager would have thanked me for that, but I try to live what I call a rich life through experiences, but not necessarily a financially rich life. Each to their own. I'm just having a blast today. It's been a legendary day for me in this GT4. Tim, thank you for planning the route. He's up ahead right now. Thank you very much, Tim.